Kamurocho. No better place for a night out. A neon city. But the brighter the lights, the darker the shadows. It wasn't long ago that this town was run by the toughest yakuza family out there, the Tojo clan. They caused so much chaos that smaller gangs often operated in their midst, overlooked amidst the turmoil. Turns out you miss a lot looking down at the lights from the view of the Millennium Tower, because it's much darker down here on the streets. But that just makes things more interesting. Take this so-called detective. His name is Shiro Senda. He's an investigator for the Bato Detective Agency. We've got him caught in his own web. His client, our pal, Hoshino, is about to, well, I'll let him speak for himself.
Rocking those shades at this time of night is telling me a different story, son. Mark of a guilty conscience.
I assure you that's not the case. Anyway, what did you want to discuss?
It's what I was telling you over the phone. We got a request from Saori Shirosaki to look into you, but I figured I'd do you a solid and let you see what I found before I reported back to my client.
Yeah, but what's this?
You don't recognize your girl? We snapped a quick pic when she came to the office.
No way. Why would Saori-san?
Way I hear it, you two are getting engaged soon so you can finally tie the knot. But sometimes women get cold feet, you know? They just want to know what they're getting into. I see it all the time.
Okay then. So, what did you find, sir? I haven't done anything that would incriminate me. And this is a violation of detective-client privilege. You're breaking the rules.
Oh, no, that's a pretty good one, as I'd expect from a lawyer. But Hoshino, you really think you can...
Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Hazy Hezzy, and this is the Kaito Files. Back at the Yagami Detective Agency, things are slow. Slower than usual since Tak is out chasing a man who ran off with his kid into the woods. Discontent to sit alone with our own thoughts, we go outside. To a bar. At Bartender, we shoot the shit with Mari and Masuda and learn that there's been another string of murders around Kamurocho, not unlike the Kyorei clan murders a couple years ago.
You see any shit going down outside? I overheard someone talking about a murder.
Ah, that. Apparently, the victim was a young executive. Actually, there was a similar case a few days ago. It caused quite a stir. I believe the man was a CEO.
Some killers out to eat the rich, huh?
Suddenly, an underachiever, Kaito wants no part in it, but is happy to hear about a case the bartender has for him. One that pays $2 million up front, and an extra 20 on top when the job is done.
A man came by asking about you. He said he was looking for someone.
He wanted me? Specifically?
I don't know the details, but he wants to meet you. He's the CEO of some tech company.
Oh, a tech company, eh? What's the offer?
He said he's prepared to pay $2 million up front.
$2 million? Well, that's mighty generous.
Apparently, it's for any investigation expenses that come up. And when it's done, he'll pay an extra $20 million.
20 million?
Depending on the outcome, he might pay even more.
We get some fashion advice.
At least find a smart-looking jacket to cover whatever that is.
Indeed. You'll need to dress for the occasion, that's for sure.
Man, you guys have no faith in me, huh? Well, I'm not putting on a show for him or anyone else. True style doesn't change with the tides. Not to mention, it's the heart that counts. Watch me knock this guy's socks off, just being plain old Kaito.
And the wise idea to enlist Higashi, our former subordinate, to pour tea for our extremely wealthy client. He agrees, and it's time to suit up, despite the night before claiming we would never change over any amount of money.
Hey, Banaki, what's with the suit and tie?
What? I thought I'd pull out all the stops for today's client. Dress for the occasion and all that. After all, a pro's gotta look the part, too.
But it's just a suit. Our client's name is Kiyoya Sadamoto, and something about his innocent face and big doe eyes turned me off.
Hello there. I'm Kiyoya Sadamoto, CEO of Image Interactive. Thanks for having me.
Not that I was turned on in the first place, of course. Just like Masuda said, he offers us $20 million just to look for his missing wife, who is also dead, but also offers us a bonus $10 million if we find her alive.
Regardless of the outcome, I intend to have at least that much prepared.
When you say at least that much, you mean...
If you manage to find my wife safe and sound, I'll throw in another 10 million.
So, a grand total of 32 million?
Hey, Aniki. Just checking. I'm being paid 50,000 today, right?
Yeah, 50,000 for serving some damn tea. Got a problem?
Oh no, it's fine. Now I see where all that generosity is coming from.
But there's a catch. Back in Kaito's early days as an up-and-coming Matsugane family man, his primary responsibility was managing Club Amour, the same club Captain Hamura will be accused of committing murder in a few decades later. But back then it was Kaito's territory, and there was one hostess who stood above the rest, Mikiko Natsume. An unlikely hostess considering her no-nonsense, take-no-prisoners attitude. She is everything a muscle mommy is supposed to be, and then some. All that's relevant right now is that Mikiko and Kaito were in love.
Who's this fuck? I'm her bodyguard.
A love that has obviously waned as time has gone by. And this brings us back. Mikiko Natsume is now Mikiko Sadamoto, the missing presumed wife of our client Kiyoya Sadamoto, and learning that his former lover got married, had a kid. Did I mention that she had a kid? They had a kid.
I've actually approached other detectives about this, but none of them could turn up any leads. Then I heard you were working as a detective, in Kamurocho no less. Immediately I thought to myself, if anyone can find my wife, it's him. Considering how well acquainted you are.
What do you mean by that?
Huh? You saying I know her?
Aniki, isn't that...
Mikiko?
Yes. Mikiko Natsume was her maiden name. I understand you used to live together long ago. And that sums up why I'm here. Because of how intimately you know her.
You're really going to go?
After what they did to the boss, I can't just sit back and do nothing.
But you might actually get killed this time.
I'm sorry.
So your family is more important than me.
On top of that, is supposed to be dead, but now could just be missing and in danger, is just a little too much for Kaito to handle.
May I ask how come?
I just don't think I'm cut out for it, is all.
Come now.
That's final.
Higashi gets it. He was supposed to make $50K today just for serving tea. He put on the apron and everything and didn't bother to charge Kaito after this.
Aniki, you sure you want to let this guy go? That's 32 mil walking away. Not to mention the truth about Mikiko.
I know what I'm doing.
Okay, you're the boss.
Well, another job down the shitter. I think that calls for a drink.
You, want somebody to tag along?
Sure, but weren't you slammed with the new opening and all?
Well, I mean, yeah, there's work to be done. I'd have to go inspect the place after.
Right. Then you better go deal with that. Glad to hear business is good, though.
Sorry about that, Aniki.
Oh, and about that 50 grand I owe you.
Don't even worry about it. T was on the house today, man. And my Aniki says pour. I served the best damn cup you ever tried. That shit hasn't changed.
Oh, Higashi. You wonderful bastard.
Huh? Hey, Aniki, that photo.
Damn it. Don't just leave your junk in my office.
He doesn't go get drinks with him after, but what can you do? He's a very busy man. But if you know anything about Kaito, you know that he can't just let this go. So we head back to Bartender. Not in a depressed way. Bag chasers don't stop. As soon as we pull up, we get a call from Higashi asking us to head over to Charles to deal with some punk causing ruckus at the arcade. Considering we do still technically owe him for the tea, we head right over there, and upon our arrival, we're met with the meanest, most aggressive redhead since Copper Cab.
Oh, actually, I was sent by the owner, Higashi. What's going on here?
Oh, well, those men were being disgusting, but then that boy stood up for me.
I'd rather be a wimp than a total piece of shit, not to mention an ugly one.
Say that again, you brat! Go!
Too slow, dumbass!
Though during the honorable thing by standing up for a maiden's honor, he clearly didn't think this plan out very well as he freezes at the sight of a blade. So Kaito finally steps in.
Hey, I said step back. You don't want to get hurt, do you? Hold up. Did you just pass out on me?
After a quick scuffle, Jun Sadamoto introduces himself.
Man, I've been looking all over for you. I'm Jun Sadamoto.
Sadamoto. Why does that name... You're Mikiko's kid?
Guess we meet at long last.
And asks Kaito to help him look for his mom. Once again, Kaito refuses, and Jun is not having it.
Don't you think she's in some kind of trouble?
How should I know? Maybe she's having the time of her life without some brat all up in her business.
The hell? Okay, back it up a sec. My mom would never desert me.
Then where'd she go, huh? Get lost already.
I bet you just don't want to see her because she ditched your sorry ass. I read all about it in her diary. How Mom wanted you out of the yakuza so she can marry you with a clean conscience. But then you went on some kind of dangerous mission. Better die a henchman than live as a husband, huh? And now you turn your back on her again? No wonder you two are strangers. What? You want to go?
Might want to ease up on the grown-up act, kid. Anyway, your mom and I are ancient history. So unfortunately, I can't do anything for you.
What if I told you I'm your son? Then what? You're still gonna walk away?
What did you just say?
I said, you and Mom might have had me.
Wait. This is total crazy talk.
It was written in Mom's diary, around the time you broke up.
Her diary?
Yeah, I read what happened after you went on some raid and you guys split. Apparently, she didn't get to tell you that I was a little fetus at the time.
You gotta be shitting me.
I am not shitting you! I actually think you're my dad.
But then why? After all this time?
Listen, why else would I be busting my ass to find you? Now come on! You and I are gonna go find Mom, and then she'll tell you herself!
Subscribe.